Welcome back. You're watching Friends Who Roll Dice. This is the third game of our charity stream series for Extra Life. Up next, the long-awaited continuation of the hottest medical drama in the entire world, Heartbeats. Last week, we learned a valuable lesson. There are many ways to the heart. The chest cavity, the throat, the feet. Dr. Rez Whitfield was thinking about the spices that he could use on his new TikTok that he was doing as he was doing a minor skin patch replacement. What he wasn't prepared for was just how spicy things would start getting at the hospital. Bex Legato was finally able to go out to lunch with her adoptive parent. Everything was fine, until Reese had a heart attack. Luckily, there was no shortage of doctors. This is a hospital after all. Meanwhile, Donish was caught canoodling in the library with one Hysteria Smith, and, against all odds, Jace refused to admit defeat despite failing to get his name added to the Rapid Response Team group chat. Tonight, the doctors will race against time to finish their cases before a very important event. The next episode of Heartbeats will begin after this. Hi, y'all. Thank you so much for coming in. As you might be able to tell, things are about to get chaotic here in this hospital. But before our episode airs, I'd like to go over a couple things. Firstly, everything that we are doing here tonight on this stream and all night for all the other games is for Extra Life, which is a charity that has helped raise over $100 million in funding research and treatments, providing funds for specialty services not covered by insurance, and ensuring that hospitals can provide charitable care to those in need. Today, specifically, we are raising money for the Orlando Health Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children, and 100% of all the donations during this event will go to this hospital, providing funding and care to children who greatly need it. For more information about this charity, you can use !charity in chat, and to donate, you can use !donate to get that link. Secondly, a brief warning of content. Heartbeats Running Out of Prime Time is going to be a satire on medical drama. Running Out of Prime Time includes doctors, medical themes, romance, and also mentions of medical procedures, surgery, illness, death, blood, injuries, and other things you'd expect from a medical drama. However, this game, we will be satirizing the genre, and we don't expect for the game to grow too dark, sad, or serious. That being said, please take care of yourselves and step out as needed. We, as a table, are using safety tools to stay safe here, and we invite you all to do the same. If you'd like to review or refresh your memory on these content warnings, you can use !HBCW in chat. Thirdly, we do have donation incentives. Should you, our lovely international TV audience, wish to enact even more chaos onto this episode, you can use !Heartbeats in chat to see our incentives. By donating money, you can get a doctor or patient of your choice to do an extended confessional, or cause something to go very wrong, or maybe miraculously right. Tonight, the power lies partly in your hands. Fourthly, about this game, we are playing Heartbeats, a micro RPG by Keith Baker and Jen Ellis, which is featured in this book right here, the Ultimate Micro RPG Book, which is a compilation of 40 fast, easy, and fun TTRPGs edited and put together by James D'Amato. This book is for sale wherever you get books. Highly recommend. All of the games in here are incredible, and there are a lot of really cool names from the space who have worked on this book. So highly recommend. That was a lot of information. Thank you so much again for being here and for donating to this very important cause and this very real hospital as you watch us schlurp around our fictional one. Now, Heartbeats Running Out of Prime Time begins now. We fade in on various shots of our various characters tuning instruments as a feminine voiceover begins.
In med school, we extensively learned about how the human body system functions much like a group of musicians playing in harmony together. Your pulse, a steady drum, the rise and fall of your chest like an accordion, breathing life, and the low bass thrum of your brain's neurons firing constantly. Your body is a beautiful symphony, each movement vital to its composition, until a discordant note lands you here, where us doctors, like composers, work tirelessly to help you regain your own very unique and effervescent melody. We are Legato Hospital, and our heart beats for you.
As the voiceover ends, the Heartbeats theme song plays as the camera freezes on each of our characters. First, we see Dr. Rebecca Bex Legato, played by Aurora. Describe what you are doing.
You see a tall, light-skinned Black woman walking down a hallway in a strut in an all-pink set of scrubs and lab coat. And the camera pans to Dr. Danish Vorha.
You see a very short, very confused looking brown skinned person who is currently moving through the hallways, finding one hallway, stopping, turning around, and going to another one. And then the camera pans over to Dr. Rez Whitfield.
So you see Rez in a patient's room, and he has out his phone and is kind of just scrolling through a media app that I won't say by name. And you can kind of like zoom in on his phone to see that he is definitely looking at pimple popping videos because he's kind of obsessed with them. Should he be on his phone? No, but here we are. And so the camera pans over to Dr. Jace Brantley, played by Dillin.
You see a hustling bustle of doctors in lab coats kind of discussing around a bedside that's just out of frame, and they're having a very serious, very, very stressful and tense discussion. And behind two of their shoulders, you see just like the popping up of a head between their shoulders of a curly haired silly, empty-headed young man popping his head up over to see if he can get involved in some way. And then the camera will pan over to Dr. Legato, played by Jay.
In contrast to the very young face we just saw before, as the camera fades into Dr. Rice Legato in the operating room, currently doing open brain surgery on some person who's been draped in the blue dressings of surgery. Dr. Rice is very, very, very old. Maybe a bit older than you'd perhaps want operating on your brain. Probably somewhere between like 60 to 70, but maybe older because we all know Asian don't raisin. And there's like a close-up shot of his hands with the scalpel as he's about to like cut into a specific part of this brain. As the theme song finishes, all of the credits are going. We see credits for the producer, DC. Shout out to DC for doing our production. Thank you. This is so smooth. Don't you like what I'm doing here? We see credits for producer. We see all the other credits. I know that there is another command you can use in chat to see all of the incredible people who made all of these assets, these overlays, and did all the organization and cat wrangling for this event. Thank you all so much. Your credits are definitely on there as well. But as our episode begins, the cycle of play begins. And for those of you who don't know, this is a GM-less game. I will be facilitating, but it is GM-less. And to start, I'm going to throw it back to Aurora. What would you like to do in your first scene?
I would like to say in our first scene, you see me and none other than Dr. Reese Legato.
Oh. Hello. What would you like to tell our audience what our relationship is? It's very wholesome.
Dr. Reese Legato is my adoptive mother.
Yes. Reese Rice. What is my name? I was saying Reese. It's Rice. I messed up my own name. It's a joke, y'all. Anyway, yes, I am Bex's mother or father. I use both terms interchangeably. And how would you like to start this scene? Last week I had a heart attack, but I'm fine now. I'm totally fine, you know.
Last week you did have a heart attack, and arguably in not the best way to deal with that. Bex is currently showing you the hyperpop project that her and Dr. Vorha have been working on, and Dr. Vorha is also standing there anticipatively over your shoulder as Bex presses play.
What is this? What have you made?
It's hyperpop. It's
really good.
I don't understand.
Just listen to it. I promise you will understand it as soon as you do. Yeah, just give it. Just press that button right there,
and you watch as a very shaky hand goes in to push this button. Describe your music. What kind of music is this?
So, it is simultaneously a multi-part symphony, simultaneously very loud car crash noises, very loud screams, and the most droning, deafening beat you have ever heard going over the background. And I point out a loud wailing scream that turns into an aria, and it's that was Vorha. That was Dr. Vorha. They're amazing. Listen to their voice.
That performance is very good.
Do you really think so? Do you think that we could get a record label off of this one? Win Battle of the Bands tonight?
Do you get collab on the X?
You're up some stiff competition there, my Vorha. Me and my daughter will give you a tough competition. It'll be tough to beat us.
I guess I am competing against myself, huh?
This feels like a what is it called? A conflict of interest?
Conflict of interest, yeah. Well, aren't you also in a band with Dr. Whitfield?
I mean, yes, we have a new metal band, actually. It's a completely different genre, completely different genre. Project entirely. I think I'm really excited, actually. Dr. Whitfield maybe is around here somewhere.
We can't pitch Dr. Whitfield for this. I mean, we could. Dr. Whitfield's not usually doing anything.
We own the hospital. We can do whatever we want.
Page whoever we
and I'm going to page Dr. Whitfield.
Dr. Whitfield to the operating room. Dr. Whitfield
Where's the alarm?
Operating room.
Yep.
So, something that I completely forgot to do. I forgot to describe Rez and what he looks like. So they are tall and very lanky, and he's a Black person, and they have like this sort of like fade going on, lined up pretty pristinely, and he also has like a couple of piercings in one ear, but he looks very innocent, but at the same time though they take pride in a lot of like what they do on the internet and like how they kind of sort of gain fame from it. But anyway, so Rez is definitely going to walk out of the room and go to the OR, and he's going to walk in and be like, "Can I help you?"
Hey, Brez.
What's up?
Do you have the recording of our song for tonight for Battle of Bands?
It might be in a Google Drive. Hold on, let me check.
All right. If you want to like play it up against the glass, just like stick your phone up against the glass and play it.
Oh yeah,
You haven't scrubbed in, right? So
you're right. Okay. And so they're gonna like stick the speaker up to the window, and it's literally just gonna sound like
Sounds like art. You can see that Rebecca has become visibly flustered since Rez entered the room and is just such good music.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we definitely work hard on this, like for sure.
Oh, it's so cool that you do music. I have no idea what music is about. Could you talk about it to me sometime? Could you just tell me about it?
Sure. Yeah, totally. Like we can like go get coffee or something, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, can I come with too?
No.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
Why not, Bex? I thought we were friends.
No, I'm suddenly busy. I think I have band practice tonight with Dr. Brantley. So I
Not your polka band. Come on.
Okay,
You're in a
look,
polka
it's smooth jazz, okay? It's smooth jazz.
I'm sorry, the polka.
I'm in a polka band. Dr. Rice says, like, and for some reason, Rice is now on like the completely opposite side of the room, like just doing something in the corner.
At this moment, you're in like there are like half of you in the OR, and then Rez is like in the scrubbing room, like on the other side of the glass. And then outside of that, there's a door with a little rectangular window, and then you turn around and you see Dr. Brantley like in there being like,
And like Rez turns around and he realizes how much he actually hates Dr. Brantley. But he's like,
yeah, Farhad, you can come with too, of course. I simply wanted to pick Dr. Whitfield's brain one-on-one.
To learn. I mean, I'm, as the newest doctor at the hospital, I feel like I have so much to learn, and you all have so much to teach me, especially Dr. Whitfield. Exactly. I just feel like it would be so good for me to be there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We could bring Dr. Brantley.
As this conversation continues on, Aurora, would you please draw our first card to see if this overall relationship goes positively or negatively?
That's a red.
That's a red. All right. So that means this is going to be going positively. This outcome is going to go the way that we want it to. And so as all of us have kind of congregated talking about our big event tonight, what else do you do?
As we've been talking, one thing we have not mentioned is that I have been arms deep in a patient's chest cavity. Mind you, I'm a neurosurgeon. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. And I pull one and call comedically large piece of shrapnel, a whole bicycle wheel, out of this man's chest. You saved our patient.
Holy Kazonga, what is that?
I think it's a bicycle wheel.
Oh, hold on. If we're not careful, that patient is going to go into defib. Give me 1 second. And I think Dr. Danish Bora like steps over to the patient and starts is like, clamp. Okay.
Clamp.
and clamps the patient's heart valves and starts like making sure they don't bleed out.
Doctor sounds. Yeah. Doctor sounds. We are professionals. And Dr. Rice kind of walks very slowly past the scrub room windows and sees Rez in there and will just do a little wave. And then keeps walking and sees Dr. Jace Brantley through the window and does a little wave, and then comes back to just sit by the head of our patient because for some reason, as a neurosurgeon, I'm just here. And, just watching, making sure nothing's happening to this guy's brain.
Yeah.
And
I'm supposed to be here. I am a trauma surgeon. I said the wrong thing earlier.
Yes, you are a trauma surgeon. Yes, I am the neurosurgeon. And as sort of the sounds of this surgery continue, we hear over the PA system, Hello, this is an announcement from the Legato General Hospital. We have a giveaway going on in chat right now. If you would like to win, your own copy of this book, you should use the code, not the code, the word, type the word. What is our word?
The code to enter the
Hyperpop.
giveaway.
The code is hyperpop. You can put that in the chat. The chat. Ooh. And maybe win a book. Thank you. And that's an announcement.
What is chat? Is that what we're calling the break room now?
Is that
I
a
don't
group,
know.
is that a group chat?
Is that a
You're-
code white?
Oh.
Oh.
And I think I'm in a person's chest cavity. I think
You are.
Josh turns over to Dr. Legato, Rice Legato, says,
Hi.
Do you mind grabbing my phone and just checking the group chat real quick?
Oh, sure. And I go over to like the faraway side table where you've left your phone, and I pick it up. And I hold it like this close to my face. What group chat?
The one with all of us in it.
Oh, that's a selfie. Oh, no.
Oh no!
I-
Don't scroll too far. Don't.
Sorry. I like your cat. And and I'll navigate to the group chat. Now what?
I don't know. They said something about a giveaway. Can you type in the code?
Okay. And then like just off as the sound fades out, you hear Dr. Rice saying H Y as
We
he
should sample
starts
this for our
typing it all
next
in.
track.
Agreed.
So
Code hyperpop.
There we go.
So I think eventually, and I feel like it's gotten just awkward at this point. I think eventually Rez is gonna let Dr. Brantley in the scrubbing room with them, so that way, he's still not standing out there alone. So he's just gonna begrudgingly open the door. Hey, Dr. Brantley, how's it going?
Hey, you needed me for something? What's going on? It's the patient?
Oh,
I got my bag right outside.
And Rez is gonna look in the OR like,
Do you need me to scrub up?
You know what? Yeah, they need you to scrub up. They're pretty desperate in there. Like, things are getting heated, and like I just can barely stand
And
it.
he
You know?
was like, takes up the like full suit jacket that he's normally wearing because no one needs him to be in scrubs, and de-robes and starts just scrubbing very enthusiastically. His hands have never been so clean. Look, I don't know if you know this, but podiatry actually does come in handy in a lot of code-like situations, a lot of trauma-like situations. It's not just bunions that we treat. We sometimes deal with plantar fasciitis and other such discomforts. And I'm going to be a huge help.
You know
in there.
what? Just focus on the feet, man. Like, just focus on the feet. That's all you got to do. You know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Feet, the heart of the legs. I'm on my way. No. And I go into the operating room.
Dr. Brantley.
Dr. Brantley, thank goodness you're here. I think that this patient is going to have a myocardial infarction if you don't do something with the feet immediately.
I knew that's what it was. I knew it. Hold on. You have a heart monitor on him, right?
Yes, of course.
Good. Dr. Brantley will grab this patient's foot,
Beep,
hold it a little.
beep,
Mm-hmm.
beep.
No, you're right. This is definitely all connected.
The oxygen machine just goes.
Beep.
Do you think you can save them?
I think we can save them.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just keep doing what you do,
Beep.
which is
Beep.
up there. And I will stay down here.
Beep.
The heart, which is the toe of the chest.
Beep.
Exactly. You remember what we talked about then.
You're such an inspiration, Dr. Brantley.
Good.
Beep.
Good.
They're going into tachycardia. Quick. Beep.
These feet are too far gone. We can't. There's nothing left to do. I'm sorry,
No,
Dr. Vora.
You
You're
have
gonna
to save the feet.
You
You're
said
gonna-
yourself. The feet are the heart of the legs. We can't just amputate.
But the
No.
hands are the lungs of the body. We amputate one of those hands and maybe we can save those feet.
I think Bex is right.
I know I have wild ideas, but I think we can save this man.
Okay. All right. Everybody's getting a little out of hand here.
And
I really want
we
to
have a
bring
pun
us-
counter in chat, by the way.
Exclamation point pun every time you hear one.
Hold on a second. Dr. Brantley grabs the patient's foot and just sort of gives it a little crack, a little knuckle crack, and it's just looks to you and says, "Did that by any chance fix him?"
And I think Dr. Vora looks down at this patient's heart and puts their hand on it, massages it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, it feels strong, stronger than it
Steady?
used to. The beating. Yes, it's steadying.
Yeah. Yeah.
No more
The
excess bleeding.
hemodynamics,
Good.
hemodynamics are perfect.
Beep.
How did you do that?
You're a miracle worker.
Beep.
Oh
Oh my God.
It's all on the feet. That's all.
Someone has donated $50, which gives me power
Hey.
Oh,
to change
it's time.
major and deadly threat. So as we fade out on this scene, because I want to switch to the next one,
Mhm.
something big is coming. Is there anything last that you want to do as the scene of us fixing this patient who we will meet later? What is the outcome? Because we drew a red card, so the outcome is good. But throwing it back to Aurora, because this is your scene, would you like to describe how this surgery goes?
I have not only secured a sort of kind of coffee date with Rez Whitfield, but we have managed to remove this bicycle tire from this man's chest cavity. It had caved in his entire center of the mass, and we stitched him up, pulled him back together, and he's good as new.
All right. We hear an applause track, because that's the kind of show this is. And next we fade into Hamnah. Which track would you like to explore in your next scene?
I would like to explore my patient relationship.
Ooh.
So that will be Aurora playing Hysteria Smith.
Who was mentioned last week. You two were caught canoodling in the library. Where set the scene, Hamnah. Where are you? What are you doing? And what is happening? And then after you do that, please draw a card.
Okay. So I think this happens sometime after this surgery that we were all so successfully a part of. And I think Danish is sitting in the on-call room, kind of lying down on the bed, really excitedly, just kind of staring up at the ceiling, their lab coat is up on the chair next to them, and he is just kind of like hyping himself up almost. He's like, yeah, you know what? That surgery went so well. That was so good. And I know that Dr. Jace Brantley was so impressed with what I did. Yes, I am going to become the next head of the cardiac department. I already know it. The youngest head of the cardiac department. Okay. It's all good. We got this. And I think Danish stands up, puts on their lab coat, like smooths it out a little bit, and opens the door and steps outside. And possibly after stepping outside, I imagine maybe that is when he bumps into Hysteria Smith.
Hysteria. So also for our audience, all of us are playing two characters. We have our doctors whom you have already met, and we also are each playing patients of another one of our fellow doctors. So in this game, Dr. Danish Borja's patient is going to be played by Aurora. So would you describe your patient, please?
Mm-hmm. You see in front of you a 6'5" barrel-chested Thembo, no brain, very happy, very loving, no thoughts whatsoever. Also one of the smartest people you've ever met, ever, in their given field, and that's the only time they're smart. Hysteria Smith is standing in front of you.
And I think Danish not noticing because he was just so amped up, so ready to go. I don't think he even noticed, and he just straight up bumps into you, into your 6'5" barrel-chested self. Just bumps into you, and keep in mind, Danish is really small, so like the size difference is comical.
And please draw cards so we can see overall how this interaction will go. Will it be positive or negative?
I got a red card, the King of Diamonds.
Oh, faced card means there's a dramatic new development or a sudden emergency, which actually ties into the emergency. But I will let you all establish sort of what's happening before there is an announcement.
Oh, Danish. Forgot you worked here, I'll be honest.
Danish's glasses fog up. Like immediately after seeing Hysteria. Hysteria!
You have something on your glasses there.
Right. Right. Hi.
Hi?
What are you doing? What are you doing here?
Well, I don't know. I know people sometimes how do I start the sentence? People sometimes die from a broken heart. And ever since we stopped talking, I've had this big pain in my chest, this thump thump, thump thump, thump thump, and then my left arm will go all tingly.
I have heard of broken heart syndrome. Yes, it's can be fatal sometimes, but Hysteria, I'm confused. You're the one that broke up with me.
Doesn't change the thump thump, thump thump, thump thump arm all tingly. I did break up with you, but
okay. Well, why don't you come into one of the emergency rooms? Come on.
And as the two of you go into the emergency room, you hear an announcement over the intercom that just says, "Attention all personnel, we have a code red, And as that announcement comes on, you hear the fire alarm start going off, and the sprinklers in every single room turn on, and it is now raining inside this hospital as there is a fire somewhere.
If I may,
yes.
I think that we had closed the door. It was one of those like private examination rooms, and we had closed the door. And when the sprinklers went on and when the fire alarm started going, I think Danish went, oh gosh, okay, come on, we gotta go. And he goes for the door, and it's stuck.
Oh yes.
And we are like getting drenched by the sprinklers in this very moment.
That's bad, not good. That's bad, not good. Hey, and I immediately take off the jacket I had been wearing. Hey, here.
Oh,
You have important doctory stuff, like, right?
yeah,
You have things that can't get wet.
yeah. And Donna's just like
Right.
staring at his stereo son's jacket. Probably like their muscles are like more defined in their wet
Yeah,
clothes.
no.
And
I was wearing a white button up. Yeah.
oh no!
Oh, not the white shirt.
Not this. Donna's just kind of like, uh-huh. Oh, right. Yeah. Important
What?
doctor stuff.
Hello?
Oh, sorry. We should probably
Do something, right?
get out, right?
Right. Right.
You mentioned broken heart.
I mean, I'm not the smartest cookie out. That's kind of what I assumed, but
You know,
I mean, the problem was I just didn't see you anymore. You got busy, and like I was busy. I had to get a master's to get this job, but you got busy, and then didn't do anything about it.
somebody very, very smart recently told me that the feet are the heart of the legs. And I wonder if
Yeah?
maybe that will help us to fix your broken heart.
I have no idea what that means. Just kiss me.
They do. I think you have to literally pick Donish up in order
yeah.
to kiss him because otherwise it's not working.
Incredible. So as the camera fades out, does that thing where it like goes through the door that is still locked. The two of you are still locked in there and you're drenched wet right now. We fade over to Bree. Which storyline would you like to pursue?
I think I want to. I don't know. I think I want to kind of explore the storyline between Emerald and Jace a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. So
Okay.
actually, so that will be on the next turn. So you choose either your relationship with Jace or you're taking care of your patient. Sorry, that took me a second. I was like, who's Emerald?
No,
Where's
you're
Emerald?
good. You're good. We'll
get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Okay, then yeah, let's do Rez's relationship with Jace.
Okay. Where set the scene? Where are you?
So I think after the whole OR ordeal, he kind of
ordeal.
The ordeal. Kind of where like the nurses station is. They kind of just wander over there and basically get back on their phone. And then as they're like scrolling, he kind of decides to go through his photos because you know how sometimes you have that random moment of like, let's go back through my photos kind of thing. So he starts to see pictures of him and Jace taking like bro pictures together, and he gets sentimental for like a little bit. But then they start to see that Jace took their phone at one point and like started to do like these kinds of selfies and just being obnoxious, and like he just puts the phone down and it looks back up and Jace is like probably standing like right there. So Rez is like,
right.
Hey.
And before this begins, draw a card.
Ooh.
And if you can you drag it onto the thing? I had to steal Hamnah's card. There's like a steal card option so that I can put it on the overlay.
While you're drawing a card, I know we got a donation to have me do a confessional on the previous scene. So the ER having that code while Dr. Aurora and Hysteria are locked in a room. And I think what you would see is you would see the code going on in the ER, and it pans to the like other side of the double doors of the ER with Dr. Brantley like leaning against the door and hearing the sounds of the codes behind him and looking at his pager that has no alerts, just being like, they're going to need me one day. One day I won't be here. That's all I know. That's it.
All right. Smash cut to the nurse's station where it is still raining. I think like in the background of like this conversation, we see like personnel running back and forth. Maybe someone slips and like falls and does like that, ooh, like all the way down the hallway. That was a really great stunt actor, you know, all that stuff. In like faded out in the background, and all of that sound has been like muffled as the two of you have your conversation. Which did you draw a card yet?
Yes.
Aha.
So red,
Another red
hearts.
card.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So this is a good outcome. So yes, play out your scene, and it's going to have a good or positive outcome.
Okay. So Dr. Brantley, I've been thinking things over. And I don't know how to say this, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Battle of the Bands tonight.
That's a really good joke, Dr. Whitfield. I know that would be like, I know what you're doing. I'm having a bad day today, and you're trying to cheer me up, and you're like, I know what'll cheer up Jace. A little prank about not making it to Battle of the Bands. What would Battle of the Bands be like without a smooth jazz component?
Yeah. And you know, I was thinking, and I don't see us moving in the same direction creatively, you know? I think artistically we're very different. So I kind of just want to save us the embarrassment and just kind of focus on my my TikTok career, you know?
So what you're saying is you want us to move into being like a TikTok band. Like we could be like the Hype House of Doctors, and we could just do, you know, we could make our music like it'll be like we're doctors in a band on TikTok.
Jace, it's not me, it's you. It's you show up late to rehearsal sometimes. You start playing and like things go well, but then you aren't like listening to yourself, and you're playing all these flat notes. We haven't even rehearsed in weeks because you've been busy with, you know, your job, which I understand because I'm a doctor too, like, you know, for like skin and stuff. But like you're not dedicated, and I don't understand like what's going on.
Yeah, we're both doctors. We're both equally doctors. We're both equally vital to the ecosystem of this hospital. And I'll have you know, I happen to think that flat notes are beautiful. Look, I think this is just like getting out of hand here. We're this is just one of those things. Like, you remember when like we went on that camping trip and like all the beer was gone, but then it wound up that not all the beer was gone, and we were really upset at first, but then it was fine because not all the beer was gone. I feel like it's like this, you know? I feel like we think there's a problem. There's not really a problem. Like, so you're TikTok famous. So you're a TikTok famous doctor now. Does that bother me? Does that make me feel inadequate? Yes. But does it want me to quit our jazz band? Absolutely not. It makes me want to put our jazz band on the internet so that I could be cared about also.
Wow, I never knew you felt that way.
I kind of forget everything I just said. So I'm sorry, or you're welcome.
About feeling that you said it like 5 seconds ago that you were feeling inadequate
Oh.
compared to my large TikTok following.
Ooh. Yeah, how big is it now? It's pretty big.
I've got about 50K on there now.
Oh,
and
boy.
I'm moving up, you
Yep.
know?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. That's cool. That's cool. No, it's good. It's great. I love it. Look, I think it could be cool. It could be, the jazz doctors. The doctors jazz. We could switch. If you're not feeling jazz anymore, we could switch genres if you want.
Maybe Dr. Jazz, you know?
Dr. Jazz.
Dr. Jazz.
Doctor. It's very singular.
Dr. Jazz and
the other
friends.
Dr. Jazz. Okay. And friends. Okay. Look, I think Dr. Jazz, you know what? I feel like I'm reaching for more than what I should. So Dr. Jazz and friends feels good to me.
Okay.
That feels good. We could do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, are you like down to maybe rehearse before the battle goes down?
We definitely should. We definitely should. If we're gonna make this happen, we should probably try to win Battle of the Bands.
Because I mean, yeah, and like I know that it's like in the middle of May right now, but like we definitely agreed on, playing Christmas songs, because
Yeah,
like we
of
want to be
course.
different. We want to be unique,
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have, yeah. Sorry to like scare you with the beginning of that conversation. And
Whew. It's all right. It's all right. No. We're good. We're good. We're solid. Yeah. Let's do some Christmas jazz.
Yeah.
For the people tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the beginning of our new path forward.
Yeah.
And as you say that, you hear a giant crash from somewhere far away, but the sprinklers stop.
We've been like,
yes, you've been rained on this whole time.
Good.
And there's like puddles, like the whole everything is drenched. Like there's like little sparks from some like all the iPads that were left out, and
Yeah.
Yeah. This makes sense. Hospitals would have this kind of system built in, wouldn't they?
Yeah. And so the sprinklers go off. Okay. I checked my pager.
Still nothing.
And we should rehearse.
All right. Cool. Let's go rehearse.
Okay.
And the two of you walk down the hallway as this scene fades out. And now we shift to maybe a little bit later. Dr. Jace Brantley, would you like to explore caring for your patient, Emerald Miller, or
I sure
your
would.
relationship with me?
I think I would like. Oh, you know what? I just did a scene with Bree, so let me skip around a little bit, and we'll do a little roulette here. So yes, then in that case, I will do a scene with Dr. Rice Legato.
Okay.
As Dr. Jace Brandt, as Dr. Jace Brantley. right?
Yes.
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 Okay.
So you can set the scene and where are we? What are we doing? And then you can draw a card. FYI, we have 2 new complications. Thank you for the donations. So 2 whatever card you draw, there's also going to be 2 things that go very wrong.
Great. Fantastic.
And I will say, if you do want to do with Emerald, that's okay because technically, the people on either side of you are supposed to both be in the scene. So I will be in the scene and Bree will be in the
okay,
scene.
okay,
So,
gotcha,
so if you
gotcha.
want to do the thing with Emerald, I can
Yes.
also be in that scene, and then it'll be the 3
Sick.
of us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. All right. Then what I would like to do, I would like to have a scene with my patient Emerald. And I imagine this is like sort of Dr. Brantley has like office hours here at the hospital grounds.
Office hours.
It's
okay.
There are so few people to see in the hospital, so he takes his outpatient visits like in the inpatient hospital setting, just to feel like he belongs a little bit. So we're in the exam room with Emerald Miller and Dr. Brantley. Just so, what kind of very serious critical problem are you here with today?
Well, I don't know how to exactly explain this, but I got some problems with my feet.
Well, I got to tell you, this Miss Miller or Mix Miller, Mix maybe.
Miss is fine.
Ms. is fine. I got to tell you, Miss Miller, this problem you have, you came to the right place because I am a doctor of the feet. What is the problem?
So, after a series of a lot of bad events, I woke up the next morning and this happened.
And they literally like remove the cloth that they kind of like wrapped around their feet to bind them together. And like even as they walked into the room, they kind of just like hopped into the room. And when they remove it, their feet are probably like the size of a newborn's, maybe a little bit bigger.
And as you, if you don't mind me butting in here, as you remove the cloth off the feet, I think the door opens as Rice Legato walks in as well. And seeing this, like just as the door opens, Rice like drops a ridiculous amount of stuff that they're holding. Like I think they were holding like some comically large armful of things that they drop in shock looking at these feet. Dillin, will you please draw a card?
I will draw a card. I got King of Hearts.
Ooh, all right, another face card. So we have another a dramatic new development or sudden emergency that happens right now.
Oh my god. This is incredible. Dr. Legato. Emerald, this is my very, very esteemed colleague, Dr. Legato.
Hello.
I'm so sorry. And Rice is on her hands and knees, which she probably shouldn't be at his age, and is gathering up all of the pieces of pasta that my pasta casserole has been dropped on the ground, and I'm gonna pick up all the pasta and put it back in my my glass thing, which miraculously didn't break. It's just the pasta went everywhere. And I'm like trying to reconstruct this like casserole, and just apologizing profusely.
Emerald, the about the pasta. It's part of a normal and healthy diet. And so we like to visually show our patients here that pasta as a whole grain is very crucial to maintaining
I'm so sorry. I'm
Foot
so
health.
sorry.
That's all right. It's just all part of the demonstration. That you'll as that's Dr. Brantley walking over to Emerald in the patient chair, stepping over the pasta, and we'll go over to you. Anyway, let me have a look at this. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but I just woke up and it was like that.
So you're saying your ankle was adult sized. How long ago?
Like 24 hours ago.
And now it's very tiny.
Now they have child feet, baby feet, even.
Okay. Just one moment. I think I know what to do. And he'll get out his phone and text the chief of medicine and say, I did it. I finally got a rare and mysterious illness. It's happening, exclamation point, and set.
And immediately you get texted back the thinking emoji with like the one that looks like this. So you get sent that, and then you get sent pics or it didn't happen.
Well, don't worry. This is something that, I'm sure there's a treatment for. We're just going to have to run a few tests. And
yes, just a few tests. And Rice has finally finished picking up all the bits of pasta off the ground, and then promptly just takes the entire casserole dish and just puts it in the trash, and then goes to wash his hands at the sink, and turns around and just kind of like sits in the other chair like this.
So tests. There
Yes,
are all
tests.
kinds of tests.
Yeah.
Lots of tests.
So what you have is a more visual problem.
Yeah.
Than one that's not visual. So I would say that we need some imaging of this issue to look into it further. Could I perhaps take some pictures of your ankle for research purposes?
HIPAA.
On your phone?
Yes, but it's a very special phone. It's a doctor phone.
I don't know if I feel comfortable with that.
Okay. All right. Then just an x-ray then.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. And we'll order for an x-ray and some other tests as well. The tests that he's ordering that Dr. Legato sees like on the computer over his shoulder it's like throwing a bunch of dice. Like it's like there's no rhyme or reason. There's x-rays, MRIs. For some reason he's checking your
scan
blood for cardiac enzymes, just checking everything. Not
check those
sure.
hormone levels.
Yeah, hormones. Yeah, it could just be hormones. Who knows? And we're gonna do all these tests. I don't want to discount the possibility that this just could be magic. Have you been around any magic recently?
I don't believe in magic.
Neither do I, but you know,
I believe in magic, and I believe in fairies too.
So, Emerald, so you just said that Emerald is like getting an X-ray right now,
yeah.
Yeah,
basically. Okay.
yeah. Like
So,
we've
We've
left
time
off
skipped,
to like
yeah.
Africa. You know how they like run like really far away when you're doing an X-ray?
Yeah.
Like you'll be fine. I'm gonna run all the way over here. The two of us are over there, but you can still hear us.
So
talking.
I think Emerald, not necessarily being the greatest at like getting social cues, they're going to set up and they're going to swing their legs over the table as this X-ray is happening, and they're going to be like,
Can I go get some water?
Oh, you cannot move. I think.
and they like hop off of the table. And as they do, suddenly from within their robe, because I'm assuming they also changed into a robe,
Yeah.
a knife kind of falls out. And it's like a whole butcher knife. There's still like remnants of blood on it, but it's not like bloody. But you can tell there's been blood.
It's
on
old
it.
blood. It's old blood.
Yeah. So
It's aged.
they keep going towards the door.
I really need some water. My throat is dry.
Okay. I'm gonna come into the back over to the X-ray room, and I'm gonna say to the X-ray tech, "You should go get them some water, please. We'll get you some water.
All right. Just come on over with me. I'll take you to get some water.
As soon as they're out of sight,
They leave.
like I'll pick up the knife and just scream. Like,
Would this be a good place to just cut the scene?
yeah.
Okay. And I think the scene cuts, and then there's like a shot of Rice just like staring straight into the camera, just saying, "I don't know why I was here," and then that's it. And now we move over, and I have the power. Yeah. And I would like to introduce my patient. So I think we cut to some undisclosed amount of time later. We can still like see like people like mopping up the floors and airing out the linens and like doing. I think it's just really funny if like in the shots of these patient rooms we see out through the windows this massive clothesline for all of our linens, because of course the water damaged our dryers. Oh no. So we're hanging them all to dry on these massive, like we've got a whole like pulley system, like the whole thing, the whole shebang. But I think Rice, the scene opens with Rice opening the door to my patient, and we see on my clipboard, you see Rice's very old and withered finger going down the sheet, and then they flip it over, and then we see the name Casey something. Dillin, would you like to describe what Casey something looks like?
Hi, yeah, I'm Casey something. I am just like really pretty girl. I'm just really pretty.
Pretty girl.
I'm just so pretty. So like whatever you think is pretty, that's what I am. Yeah.
Cool. So the door opens and we see this very beautiful person, this very beautiful woman, laying in this hospital bed. And Rice walks in and closes the door behind her, and he says, "Hello, Miss something. My name is Dr. Rice Legato, and I am the head neurosurgeon here at Legato General Hospital. I have been assigned to your case today, and I'm very excited to be taking care of you. Let me pull a card. Oh, we've been getting all red cards. Okay.
Wow.
So far, so good. For the audience's sake, if we pull a black card, that means something goes wrong. If we pull a red card, it means it goes well. So I think I'd just like sit down in those like rolly chairs that like doctors always seem to sit in.
Yeah.
And I do the little with my feet to like roll over. Like it's very akin to like a rat. And I like scurry my chair over to the hospital bed, and I press one of the buttons to lower the bed down. And it's like comically slow, and like the only sound is the bed lowering. And after what seems like a while, my like eyes, nose, mouth finally appear over it. So, what brings you in today? What brings you in today?
Oh, well, it'll probably be easier if I show you. So she gets up out of the off the table, and she just like walks around the room, and she just like every 3 steps, she just does a little loop. And then she just keeps doing that. She keeps walking around the room and then doing little loops. She goes, I don't know, I just started happening, and I can't really say why. I just have a profound need to be walking in little loops.
Smash cut. Rice looks directly into the camera, and it's bleeped out, but he says, "What the beep?" Coming back to the scene. Very peculiar. Very, very peculiar. I'm going to order some tests. And there's like a ridiculous amount of clicking in this pen as pulls out a little pad from some unseen pocket in the scrubs. And Dr. Rice starts scribbling down, but like as the shot of the camera over his shoulder, like he's literally just like drawing, like literally scribbling.
Scratches.
Like this actor is just scribbling in circles around on this page. And also I want to ask my daughter actually is one of the brightest minds at this hospital that I know, besides mine, of course. And I'm going to page her. One moment. And pulls out the pager, holding it like less than an inch from her face. Okay, like as you're cycling through like all the people, and then I page Dr. Legato to room 325. That's Dr. Bex Legato to room 325. By the way, I'm sorry that it's so wet in here. We had a little bit of a fire incident. One of the interns was cooking fish in the microwave, and it kind of set on fire.
Oh yeah, that's fine, I guess. That I
Those
didn't even
interns.
Yeah, those interns. I mean, I feel like you could have dried it.
With what?
Are there like mops here or no?
We have a whole closet for mops. It's called the mop closet, but I wouldn't go in there if I were you. There's other stuff happens in the mop closet.
So what did you need me for, Dr. Legato?
Oh yes, this is my daughter. Also Dr. Legato. We have the same last name, you see.
That's common in mothers and daughters.
Yeah, we could have led with the fact that same last name. Anywho, what did you need me for, Dad?
This is my patient, Casey something. Can you show my daughter what is exactly wrong with you? I am confused.
Yeah. So, I mean, the problem basically is that I walk in little loops. I just can't keep doing it, and I can't stop. And here, I'll just walk around for you. Whoop! And she just like takes a few steps and does a
Have
little.
you tried not doing that?
Yeah, but there's like a really serious problem that's stopping me from not doing it.
Out of the lab coat, Dr. Rice pulls out a roll of painter's tape that I just have, and gets down on the ground and just starts taping out like a straight line on the ground. Can you try really, really hard to walk on this line?
Okay. And she takes a few steps.
And like Rice is following behind you, like arms out, for like if you're going to turn, he was just going to grab you.
Okay. So she takes a few steps and then like stops for a moment and is like, I'm sorry, Doc, I just gotta. And then she's gonna do a little loop.
You
How strange.
just gotta like compulsion.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I just must.
Okay, can you try something that's gonna be a little silly?
Sure.
Try walking in a straight line, touching your fingertip to the tip of your nose, switching hands and saying the alphabet backwards. Do everything you can to think about everything but walking. Walk in that straight line.
Okay. She starts doing this and like almost like it's beautifully choreographed. She's doing this and spinning.
Oh.
She's just like, what? She's just, it's like the loops are even faster. She's just like, oh my God, this is terrible. But she's got like a big smile on her face. And she's like, this is, oh no.
You can stop now. You can stop.
Okay.
That was illuminating at the very least.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Would you give us just a moment? You can get back into bed.
Okay, sure.
We have lots of TV channels if you want, and I pass you the remote to the very large flat screen TV that's just in this room. It's one of those like Roku's or whatever, not sponsored. And we have all of the streaming channels and whatnot. Watch whatever you like.
Oh, okay, cool. And she will put on Dancing with Doctors, the popular show where people dance with doctors.
Very, very cool. And then I think there's like a smash cut to the two of us, like in our like office or like in office space. And Rice just sits down in the chair and looks
squish
like
of water.
looks across at you. I think she has like this like leather, like those big well-worn leather armchair kind of thing. It's like this whole office is very like comfy, cozy stuff. Okay. What do you think? I have a couple ideas, but what do you gather from this?
Little loops, and she says she's just gotta, like, to the point of walking around to the point that it doesn't stop when she's not thinking about walking. So it's obviously not. I don't think it is a compulsion in the traditional sense, at the very least. I know I always say it's the heart, but what if it's the heart?
Interesting. What makes you think that?
She was watching Dancing with Doctors, right?
That is correct.
What if instead of walking straight forward in a straight line, not really thinking about anything, it's a second autonomous action? What if she is instead walking to the beat of her own heartbeat, and that lub dub is what's causing her to loop?
Smash cut. Rice out in the hallway sometime later. My daughter is so smart. I couldn't be more proud of her. And then it like cuts right off as Rice is about to cry. I think you might be onto something. We should hook her up to a EKG machine and take the heartbeat and make sure that her heartbeat is steady and solid and firm. And if it's not, we will find out why.
You know that sometimes you get intense and it's like the camera just zooms in on your face.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it otherwise. It's like there's this ominous music in the background. Does anyone else hear that ominous music in the background when you say, "We'll fix it"? Bum bum bum.
Yeah.
No?
We'll fix it. Bum, bum,
Bum, bum,
bum. And I think the scene cuts here and fades to black as the show has its first commercial ad break. Hello everyone, we've reached our halfway point. Thank you so much for hanging out, for donating. Thank you for causing a fire in this hospital and for the pasta fiasco and whatever else we were thinking of in that moment. For all of these lovely complications you were giving us, thank you. Again, we have a giveaway going on, so if you want to enter that giveaway, you do !hyperpop in the chat to enter that. But we will be taking a short break, and we invite you all to do the same. Drink some water, go to the bathroom, do all of the things so you don't land in a hospital like ours.
Please, no.
See you very soon. All right. Hello, welcome back to Heartbeats Running Out of Prime Time. Before the episode continues, have you checked out this book? The Ultimate Micro RPG book. It has 40 whole games in here. All of them have really cool graphic design. And they're all really fun, fast, and easy. And you can win a copy of this book by entering the giveaway in our chat, !hyperpop. Also, a different voice, we are raising money for charity. And so if you'd like to donate to Extra Life, we are raising money for that. We also have some very, very spicy chat incentives that you can use to change the outcome of this game. You can use !donate for the donate link, !charity to find out more about the charity that we are all fundraising for, as well as !HBCW for the content warnings for this game. Thank you all very much for watching as we jump into the second half of Heartbeats Running Out of Prime Time. So the stick of power, or whatever, the talking stick, has now been passed to Aurora, up to the top of the order. Sounds like we're doing initiative. I mean, this basically is initiative. What would you like to do for your next scene?
I would like to say that as I am talking to you, Dr. Rice Legato, I get another page. Dr. Legato down to the ER, Dr. Legato down to the ER, regular patient. And I just look to you and go,
right.
It's bread. It's definitely bread. There's no one else it could be.
Rice turns to Casey and just says, please excuse us. We have a very, very regular patient, but we will come back with your diagnosis very, very soon. We have many, many ideas. Smash cut. I have no idea what's wrong with her. Back to the scene. And the two of us leave. I'm gonna... as the two of us walk out, we like very dramatically split directions as you head down to, you said the ER? Okay, We're heading down to the ER.
Mhm.
Describe the scene, please.
I'm walking down the stairs. I run into Dr. Danish Vorha. Vorha, I think I've got bread again. What do you think they did this time? I'm betting that they at least have one internal organ ruptured.
I'm sorry, why would your focaccia bread have organs? I
No.
don't think that's how bread works.
Bread ciabatta. The
Oh, you brought
parkour
ciabatta
guy.
bread for lunch.
No. Bread ciabatta, the parkour guy. They come in all of the time with
Oh.
ridiculous injuries. Remember that time they had a
Oh.
You remember that time they swallowed a bike horn? Because
Yeah.
I think about it often.
It went straight to their heart. It was very, very good for me as a learning opportunity, honestly.
I'll be real, it was
appreciate bread.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really appreciate bread.
I don't appreciate bread because they often nearly get themselves killed and think they're fine.
I mean,
Speaking-
well, that's what we're here for.
Speaking
Uh,
of,
Yes. So bread ciabatta is a skinny twink parkour thrill-seeking influencer, and as the two of you walk into the ER, wait, my phone's in my pocket. Hold on. Bread, I was not prepared. Bread has their phone out, and they're taking selfies. As actually, Aurora, what is wrong with Bread? What is wrong?
I think it'd be very funny if there is just like what you can only assume is the railing from some sort of steps or where rail they were grinding just sticking out of your thigh.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. There's a giant rod coming out of their thigh. I do want to note that Bread is white. I don't play white characters normally, but Bread Ciabatta is a white non-binary person.
Sure.
Yeah, that's right.
He's just kind of like in the ER bed, like taking some selfies, and then he like hits play, or not play, he hits record on like a new like TikTok or whatever, as the two of you walk in, and they just go, "Hey, what's up? It's your boy Bread. I'm back in the ER again. Check out this weird thing that happened to my thigh. My doctors are here." And you watch as they turn their like video around to get the two of you in shot. These are the doctors that like always take care of me. They're really cool, man, and they're like my best friends. Yeah, what's up? And they stop the video and put their phone down to look at y'all.
Mixed ciabatta, how's my favorite patient?
I'm doing real swell. Can we just yank
Swell?
this thing out, or
Hey.
what's going?
Bestie,
How's it hopping?
bestie,
What?
bestie, you have
What?
a metal rod sticking out of your leg. We're
Yeah,
gonna get-
so it's pretty cool, huh? It's like a new bone.
Even
Your
in
bones are
pain?
supposed to be inside of your
Yeah,
body, you know.
They are. They're
Not
also
oh,
not
your
supposed
teeth
to
are
be metal,
bones.
usually.
Your teeth are
And
bones, aren't they?
Those are also inside of your body.
No?
Yeah, that's inside still. Okay.
Well, wait, hold on.
You're gonna hate this. You're gonna.
When you really think about it, if you open your mouth, there's like a long tube. Like human bodies are just like donuts, dude. Like from your mouth to your
Hug, give us a
butthole,
gurney.
it's like one big tube body.
Did you just describe donuts as tubes?
Am I getting,
Yeah.
Oh no!
Can somebody
Can
give me a gurney?
Can you sit down for a second, please, for me, and look into this light? Follow the light. Follow the light. Yeah.
Oh, before we go
Yeah.
further, please draw a card for the scene.
Oh, I could draw a card for this scene. It's another red card.
Whoa. Luckily, we still have one more complication from the previous. Thank you for the donos.
It's just as I thought.
What's
I think
up?
Brett has an atrial flutter.
A what? What does that mean, Dr. Vorha?
I don't
Well,
even
you
get an atrial flutter if it's
It's very common. It's very common. This is the leg. And as we learned earlier, the leg is connected to the heart. It's all connected.
It's all connected. It's all connected.
Your body's a system, man.
Exactly.
So
Hey, how's
What I'm
how's
hearing
that?
here is we're not going to be able to get Bread under anesthetic.
No. I'm fine. Just yank it out. And like Brett goes to like just grab it with his own. Oh,
Hey,
okay.
no. Get in the gurney.
I'm already in a gurney.
You're in the gurney. We're going to get you to an OR stat because with your heart doing all of that, I want to get
no,
this
I'm
out
fine.
of your
I'm
body.
fine. I'm fine. Listen, like, give me and like.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
He pulls. I think he just reaches for your stethoscope around your own neck, pulls it off, puts it on, and listens to their own heart. It's like, yeah, I sound fine. I'm totally fine.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. You know what
yank
you're
it
doing.
out. Just yank it out. It's totally, and I'll film it too. My followers
not
will want
filming
to see you just yank this thing out.
Are you just? Can I interject? Are you like in like an emergency room right now?
Yeah, we're
like,
in the ER right now.
Another patient is being like rolled by with like similarly a metal rod like stuck through their arm, and they turn and they go, "No way! Is that
No
way,
Bread, yeah, it's your boy Bread. What happened to you?
I was
Do
trying
not
to do
turn into
that
a handmaid.
sick trick you did the other day. It didn't go well. Anyway,
It's just
looking forward to your next video." And like rolls away.
Fred, Misty, this is why we talked about disclaimers. This is why we talked about them.
I
that whole
do-
conversation.
I do the disclaimers. I say I am a professional and you are not.
I don't think that's sufficient, Brett.
No.
Well, why not?
Well, people will just ignore you, clearly, like that person over there.
Apparently.
Well, that's Miles Myler, my biggest fan.
If you want your biggest fans to remain your biggest fans, then
They
you should
have to
probably
be
warn
alive.
them.
Yeah. Okay. Can we get this thing going? Because like
Yeah,
like
we gotta.
We can get this thing going. Yeah. I want to get this out of your body as soon as possible.
How much do you care about your skin around your leg?
I don't know. It's my skin. I love my skin. My skin is flawless. I mean, look at me.
All
I'm
right,
like,
give me
always
1 second.
Insta-ready.
Paging Dr. Whitfield to the OR. Paging Dr. Whitfield to the OR.
Shit. Did you see this, Borja? I didn't notice this earlier, but the way this is going through, it went through their heel.
Oh no, we're also going to need Dr.
We need
Brantley.
Dr. Brantley.
Okay, hold on.
Paging Dr. Brantley to the OR. Paging Dr. Brantley to the OR.
Can I say that Dr. Brantley and Dr. Whitfield were rehearsing in the on-call room, like just doing like a
Absolutely.
little like
No, and I need there to be like as they're like there's like a group of interns standing outside this room, and like all of them are just kind of looking at each other like, what is going on in there?
especially
I have a
because the
question.
interns are trying to get in there so that they can have makeout sessions.
I have a question. Do y'all have like a drum set with like the whole jazz setup? Like, did you somehow bring a drum
yeah.
set into the on-call
Yeah.
room? Okay, cool.
And what's hilarious is that it's just Rez and Jace. There's no one else a part of this band. So the drums are just sitting.
They're necessary, but they're unequipped. Yeah.
Actually, and as you're wheeling me down to the OR, Bread just kind of like is like scrolling through their phone again, and they look up and they say, "Wait a minute, yeah, how's that band going? Don't you have like a big competition tonight? I saw that on all over the socials,
Yeah,
dude."
we do, and that's why I want to get you out of here as soon as human.
No, I told you, I'm fine. Just yank it out. I'll be fine. I
Are
have
you a
like
fan of
Hey,
Hyperpop?
bestie. Hey, bestie.
Hyperpop. Oh, crap. Yeah, I love Hyperpop.
And I think Danya pulls out their phone and goes to Spotify and goes to find our 200 Gex is the name of our hyperpop group. Goes to our latest single and starts playing it on the gurney, like by you.
And
Do you think
I
we're gonna win?
Yeah.
yeah, This is really cool. Oh, I like how you added like the heart monitor in there, dude. I like that's so
Thank
cool.
you. That's actually it was my idea.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
Yeah,
really,
that's
really
idea.
cool. Really cool. Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
glad
who-
you like this, but
Who even are you up against?
Ourselves,
myself.
technically.
What do you mean?
So I'm also in a black metal band with
And I'm
my
in a new
dad.
metal band.
Wait, are all the doctors in bands?
All of the doctors are in bands, yeah, with each other, and we're all competing against each other with each other.
Is that a euphemism?
Yes.
Sick. So, like, what does like hyperpop actually mean then?
Smash cut to the next scene.
Yeah. All right.
Not this.
Okay, we passed the talking stick over to Hamnah. Where would you like to go?
Okay, so I think we are in. So similar to how in Grey's Anatomy they have like a research section of the hospital. So I think we are in the research section of Legato General, and we see Dr. Whitfield sitting there, going over all of their very important dermatology equipment. I don't know. And we
It just
see,
says
like,
bread's leg. Bread's
Bread's
leg
leg.
skin.
Danish Vora is just Dr. Danish is just standing like right behind you, over your shoulder, like looking very eagerly. So,
And oh god, hi.
oh, hi. Sorry, I've been here for a while. What are you doing?
Just going over some notes and making sure I have everything prepped for possible surgery later.
Can you teach me?
Skin wise? Teach you what?
Just how you're going to do your procedure and everything.
It's kind of complicated and lengthy, so I mean I don't know if we have time to like
I can pick it
get
up
into.
on the job.
Okay. Do you have any experience in dermatology at all?
I mean, I have experience with heart, skin.
Heart skin.
like the skin of a heart. It's very thick, very tough. So I imagine humans, like the outside skin is probably the same, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I can be delicate.
Not at.
And I think at that, she puts out their hand, and if it's okay with you, puts it on top of your hand as he's saying that.
Please draw a card.
5 of hearts.
All right.
Right.
So Rez is gonna look horrified for a second because they're confused on what is happening. Be like, Dr. Vora, I appreciate the admiration, but what's going on between us is like platonic, right? Like,
As my mentor, you've taught me so much. I feel like there's so much more you could teach me, you know?
Can you like specify like
About skin,
right?
skin to skin contact, I hear is important.
I
Or,
mean,
release of oxytocin.
I would like to imagine that Rebecca is just standing in the back of this room watching this happen because this is my case. I do need to know these things.
I mean, yeah, skin to skin contact is really, really important.
Yeah, it's really important for also preventing ischemas, and it's good for the hemodynamics in your heart, getting the blood flowing. The merging of skin and heart, cardiology,
cardio.
dermatology.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I just feel like, as somebody who's been here longer than I have in the hospital, you
Mm-hmm.
take me under your wing, or under you in general.
And smash cut. Rez is gonna look at the camera and be like, okay, but why is this strangely hot? I don't understand what's going on. And then cut back.
I think smash cut as well too. Donish, who's like, I think that's working. No, I think they're into it,
I have to institute a third smash cut to Rebecca, who's like, yeah, I'm not even a part of this, and this is like happening, huh? I'm into this. I'm not even a part of it, and I'm into it.
Smash cut to Dr. Brantley, who is just saying, yeah, I'm really rooting for them. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool that Dr. Whitfield has found success and love. It's cool. It's cool. I'm good.
And in the background of Jace's shot, you hear Brad going, yeah, and like the camera like pans, like just moves over and like zooms in as like Brad on the bed. Oh, that's okay. Brad on the bed is like taking like a selfie with like the massive like the railing or whatever is stuck out of their thigh into their foot. Like it's a whole thing. And they're busy like taking a bunch of selfies, and then it cuts back to your scene.
Cardio. I think I have some time open now if you want to like talk about things in okay.
Hey.
And I think Adonis just takes your hand and just starts dragging you out of the room.
Oh,
hey, don't we have a patient with a pull through the leg?
You can take care of it. Thanks, Max.
Guys. Smash cut
to black.
Smash cut to Hysteria just sobbing.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Get out of that room. I don't even know.
No, Hysteria is just sitting there fully soaked, still in the room, just
not this.
Actually, I think in the room we actually see Hysteria crying, and there's like a human-shaped cutout in the window where Donish has like jumped out like in like the freaking Mario pose, like out through the window. That's in the bonus features, deleted scenes that is going to be out on the DVD. Is the scene of Donish Vorhat like jumping out and heroically like sliding with the bed sheets down that clothesline I mentioned earlier. Yeah, we're bringing it back, baby, and that's how you got out of the room.
Oh man.
But yes, we passed the talking stick again. Whose turn is it? Down to Bree, I think, right?
Yes.
All right.
So after Redacted happened in a location, Rez kind of just gets himself together and he's like, okay, moving on. And so they go back to kind of their like main room where they see most of their patients. And he knows that Hafsa is supposed to come in. So basically he goes into the room and he kind of just sits down with his clipboard and they start like writing some side notes on the report, the patient's file and things like that. So yeah.
Yes, and you see sitting on the examination table is a very tall, very pretty, very supermodel-esque woman. Her name is Hafsa Zafar, and she is all glitz and glam. She's actually a celebrity. She was announced as the next Bachelorette. She was a finalist on the last season of The Bachelor. Didn't win, unfortunately, but she was chosen to be the next Bachelorette for the next season. And she's sitting there kind of tapping her feet very impatiently and looking over as you're taking notes. So, do you did you get all of my concerns down? I really
yes.
need this. I really
Yes.
need to treat it immediately.
Yeah, so we got a singular pimple, probably the size of like maybe a needle, kind of just
Yes.
right here on the
Yes.
nose.
I
Yeah.
look like Rudolph. It's really embarrassing.
I mean, it's not as bad as it could be. That's good news.
Excuse me.
Listen, I'm not trying to validate your concerns because they are very real concerns considering your career and things like that. But did you use the facial scrub that I gave you that we talked about?
I did, and it is the reason that my pimple got larger than it was before. It used to be half the size that it was, and now it has grown, and I can't go onto The Bachelor looking like this, Bachelorette looking like this. I simply can't. They'll kick me off. I'll be a
Okay.
laughingstock.
Do you mind if I kind of like feel it to make sure there's like nothing going on underneath the skin or anything?
Whatever you need to do, just
Okay.
chop it right off if you have to. I could use a nose job anyway.
We're not going to do that, but yeah,
Wait,
okay.
I mean, is this a way to get a free nose job? Hold on.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I tried.
So he like puts gloves on and like they kind of like get all up in your business and they're like looking at the pimple and it's funny because the pimple has gotten smaller since the last time Hafsa
Do you
was
see
there.
that it's ginormous?
Look, I gotta be honest with you, Hafsa. It's gotten smaller. No, I'm not trying to like say you're a liar or anything because you know the way you view your face is different from how I view your face, you know, so it could be bigger in your perspective, but from a medical standpoint it looks like it got smaller.
Dr. Whitfield, I follow you on TikTok. I've seen all of your videos, especially the thirst traps. They're very good, by the way.
Thank you.
And you seem very competent on TikTok, so I'm very confused as to why you're being like this right now.
You know, I'm just being honest. And honestly, you know, if men or women or non-binary folks are not going to choose you because of a pimple on your nose, then they aren't meant for you, you know?
No, I think that's incorrect. I would like a second opinion. Is there another doctor here in the hospital that we could talk to?
I would like to say that Dr. Jace Brantley is right outside the door and opens the door and goes, sorry, did I hear you needed a second opinion? You needed...
Oh, doctor. Yes, of course. Yes, I do. Please come in. Come in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Of course.
it's the
Dr.
foot of the
Whitfield.
face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dr. Whitfield seems to be under the impression that my skin concerns are not actual concerns.
That's not what I said.
As a that's what you said, and as a celebrity, I think that it is really important for my concerns to be treated. So,
Sure.
if you could please take a look.
Of course, absolutely. You will be, treated with the utmost care and concern. Let me get a look at. Can you point out the problem to me?
Is it not obvious?
Dr. Brantley, do you know anything about skin at all?
Feet have skin. Feet have skin.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, let me take a look. Of course. Yes, the problem, the issue.
Yes.
I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we have a solution for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Thank goodness. See, Dr. Whitfield, there's a treatment. Tell me, please. Sorry, what was your name?
Dr. Brantley. Dr.
Dr.
Jace
Brantley. Dr. Jace Brantley. That's a very good name. Dr. Brantley, what is the solution?
Mm-hmm. So the problem of this that you're having And Dr. Brantley is gonna like reach into his pocket and peel the label off of his chapstick quietly. Say, you see this right here? Very important.
Dr. Brantley, what is that?
It's a little petroleum solution, of course, Dr. Whitfield.
Interesting. You would know that petroleum clogs the pores, so.
And
We can't have that. That would make the problem worse, wouldn't it?
well, actually, if you just fill in all the pores, then you, as much as possible, then your skin will appear smooth. You just we just want to pack the pores of this solution, and it'll just
never thought of
smooth
that.
over the area.
Oh my goodness. Is that how we accomplish the porcelain skin look? Is that what they're doing on TikTok? Dr. Whitfield?
Porcelain.
And that's why they
Whoa.
don't want to tell you. But I mean, in medicine, we would never keep those kinds of secrets from you.
Oh my goodness, please.
yeah.
I would love to try that. Please, may I have the petroleum solution?
Of course.
And Hafsa will take it and just start slathering it all over her face, every inch that she can find. Just
Yeah. Just the more you get it inside the pores, like just
Am I doing it correctly?
Push-
And she's like
push it.
stretching her skin to
Yes.
like get into the pores.
perfect. Good. Perfect.
Smash cut.
As you're
Rev
doing
looks at
this.
the camera, and he's like, "I should stop this,
As you're doing this,
but I'm not going to."
Oh,
as you're doing the smash cut to the door that was left wide open by Dr. Jace Brantley, Hysteria walks by, looks in. Oh my God, is that Hafsa Zafar?
Oh, no, sorry, I can't be here. No, shh. I'm not here. I'm not here.
no, it's not.
And Hysteria very quietly screams as they walk away from the door.
To make matters worse, because I want to fully use one of these complications. I think as Hysteria moves this way, coming down the other way is I took it off, is Bread again.
Costume change. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. Bread walks by. Yep, I'm gonna commit to this bit. Why did I tie my hair up
Yes.
again?
I don't know.
Literally, why did I tie my hair up again? My hair is longer now.
It's a side effect of the surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bread walks by. And I think the tube is out of my leg now, and I'm just like bleeding, and and there's like bandages and stuff, but I think I'm like bleeding, like in the comical sense. And Bread hears Hysteria say that, and as they walk by, he says, "Yo, wait, what, Hafsa? Yo, hey,
No, shh.
hey."
You promised me absolute privacy.
Hey, look, it's
Oh my
me and
gosh,
Hafsa. Oh my God, you'll never believe who I'm here with. It's the celebrity.
Okay.
Heck
Okay.
yeah. And I
okay.
think like security like is like running after me, and like we get ushered out and the door closes once again.
Incredible.
That feels like a good place to cut it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Talking stick goes to Dillin.
Yes, and that puts me. So I did my scene with Emerald, so now I get my scene with what?
The doctor, me.
With Dr. Rice. Yeah. Dr. Rice, the guy.
With me.
Okay, perfect.
Why are you putting your hair back up?
It's not going to be as up as before. Okay, we're good.
Okay, good. So I think Dr. Brantley is with Dr. Legato in a different on-call room, not the one where the jazz band has their drum set. They're in a different on-call room. And this time, Dr. Brantley is just like looking over Dr. Legato's phone. Because Dr. Legato like doesn't know really how to engage in a group chat. Like, but Dr. Legato's in the group chat with all of like the critical care doctors and the trauma surgeons and stuff. So, you know, if you ever need like help with like your phone, help with like figuring out how to text and stuff, like I could teach you that kind of thing.
What makes you think I don't know how to use my phone?
You know, I've just noticed like that you hold it really close to your face sometimes, which is fine, but I thought maybe you like struggled.
Dr. Brantley.
Yeah.
I'm holding my phone close to my face. Not because I don't know how to use it, but because I am old.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason.
Okay. So if like I wanted to add you to like a group chat and like we would
Group chat, what's that?
Okay. So cool. Yeah. No, that's fine. Look, I was just wondering, like, you know, maybe you have some pull, like you could probably get me in with the other doctors.
What do you mean? You are in with the other doctors. We all love you.
That's so nice of you. But like what I mean is I think that I should be in like the code group chat. And like I think maybe even like we should be paging me with everybody else for these codes. Like I know sometimes it's not a foot problem, but like the one time it is, you're going to wish that I was in that code call.
A foot problem?
Mm-hmm.
What's a foot problem?
Critical foot problems.
Critical feet problem?
Yeah. Just earlier today, there was a woman with a critical foot problem. Definitely.
Oh yeah, the one with the tiny feet who made me drop my spaghetti casserole.
I'm still in the X-ray room.
Well, and we saved a cardiac arrest patient is who I was thinking of first. We yes, there is the baby feet patient, and they are. It's possible that they've committed a crime, but we're gonna have to have that looked into. There was a knife. Anyway,
hold on. This was supposed to be our band practice, and like the camera zooms out, and as the two of us were sitting here in this on-call room, we have our assortment of instruments for our polka band.
Yeah.
And like actually, so the shots of Rice have all been like chest up shots as it's been like going back and forth. And so as we move to a wider shot, I have like a massive what's this accordion on my lap that I have been leaning on to like look at my phone, but I have this giant accordion on my lap.
Amazing. Yeah, no, and we'll get back to practicing for, doctors, our polka band. And I just thought maybe I could be helping save some more lives if I was being called to these codes.
You know what they say? I'm going to say this as nicely as possible. Sometimes not everyone is needed. Not every time is the brain the problem. Not every time is the heart the problem. Although at this hospital, for some reason, the heart is always the problem. And Rice looks directly into the camera at that moment.
And then
And-
can I say that after like the camera like focuses in on Reese for a moment and like Dr. Chase Brantley like comes behind.
You're just like sneaking into my shot and like the focus changes, so it's like on you and now I'm blurry. And Rice like leans back in to get the camera to focus back on him, and he just says, yes, and not everyone is always going to be needed, but do know that each and every person who works at this hospital is a vital part of the hospital system that makes all work, like this beautiful band that we're in. Like, I just want to play. And like the accordion like shifts in the lap slightly, and there's like a long flat sound as that happens.
All right, I guess you're right. I can try to live with that. But what I can't live with is us giving a subpar performance tonight at the Battle of the Bands.
Absolutely not. I'm up against every other doctor at this hospital. For some reason, we're all in bands, and we all just found out today. It's quite peculiar, isn't it?
It is quite peculiar. But I feel like this is going to bring us all together or make us enemies. And either could be fun.
I think it will be fun. And I think, if it's okay with you, fade out on this scene as we start playing polka music.
I don't know.
A formal apology to anyone,
the polka fans in the house.
The polka fans in this house.
Sorry.
Donate money and we will stop making fun of polka. You know, that's a real good incentive right there.
Or we'll do it more.
Do it more.
Yeah. Whichever feels right to you.
Whichever feels right and just.
Yeah.
All right. I will pass the talking stick. Oh, to me.
you.
It's me. It's me. And I would like to explore. Let's see. Where are we? Slight recap. So we have a bunch of patients. Oh, you know what? Okay, we're gonna talk about Casey. Okay, so Rice and Bex are back in the office, meeting about Casey. And I think following this conversation after this band practice, it's been an amorphous amount of time. Like, this is the longest day ever. It's still not nighttime, because we all know the Battle of the Bands is at 9 p.m. and we gotta get there. And I think the first thing, it immediately cuts to Rice looking at Bex across the table as we stare at Casey's, like, I think all the tests have been returned, so there's like all these tests results strewn about the desk and like pinned up. Like, we got x-rays of Casey for whatever reason, and they're just like pinned up.
For some reason, we're comparing the notes on Casey's case to the notes on Emerald's case to the notes on Hafsa's case, etc.
Of course. Yeah. And I think Rice looks like directly across the table to Bex and says, you know who we should call, who we haven't called in on Casey something's case yet?
Who?
Dr. Jace Brantley.
It is a foot thing, isn't it?
Yeah, like with the walking.
The walking.
Paging Dr. Jace Brantley to Dr. Rice Legato's office. Please, Dr. Jace Brantley. Even the person on the intercom sounds like confused as to why Chase is being called. Please go to Dr. Rice's office as soon as possible.
Dr. Brantley, who is at a nurse's station where I imagine he spends a ridiculous amount of time at a nurse's station, like chatting with like the front desk clerk and drinking a cup of coffee, drops the cup of coffee, starts running, actually like shoves someone like
poor intern. It's the intern. Intern
out of the way. Like the intern like falls onto Bread Ciabatta's gurney, and like they both like go like, and Bread Ciabatta's live.
Yeah, no. Smash cut to this intern being like, "This is the worst day of my life." Smash cut to Bread being like, "Yo, this is the best day of my life." Smash cut back to you running in slow motion.
Yeah, with How to Save a Life is on in the background.
Bring it on home, baby.
Run to my code.
And you arrive into our office, and there's already a chair pulled out for you. And Dr. Rice says, "See, like I told you, sometimes you are needed, and we turn to you for wisdom." Blah, 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 blah. And I think, like, literally on the show, it speeds up Rice and Bex explaining Casey's case.
Oh, sure.
And there's like all these shots of like previous shots of like the loop-de-loops and all that stuff.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then so what do you think? Oh, and I need to draw a card. Ooh, we got a black card.
Okay.
Which
What's
actually
this
it's still a
mysterious-
face card. Oh, it doesn't even mean anything because the so there is a dramatic dramatic new development or sudden emergency. So we can play this out as you join in our
Okay.
our thing.
All right. You know my real opinion?
Yes.
Hit us with it.
I believe that she's got the rhythm.
The rhythm.
Yeah.
Feels the beat.
She feels the beat. And as the song says, the rhythm is actually going to get her. Unless we put a stop to this.
So we need to stop the beat to save her feet.
Exactly.
Breeedo, join me.
Most ominous beat.
The world's slowest trap beat.
What if you can't stop the beat?
The rhythm is gonna get you. I'm so sorry.
DJ Khaled. You're the best.
What?
Okay, so how do we fix this, Dr. Brentley?
Well, anybody got any ideas on how to get rid of the rhythm? We stop the rhythm, we stop the swirling.
We can stop the rhythm by playing different music. Different music. Something big.
The
something
Battle
loud.
of the Bands.
The Battle of the Bands.
Here.
We bring
At
the
the
Battle of
hospital.
the Bands here.
We do it now. We do it live.
Smash cut to Bread being like, "Yo, so I heard they're gonna change the Battle of the Bands to the hospital. So you get what's up, fans? Come on down to Legato Gen, where we're gonna turn up."
Oh my god.
So I think this is a perfect time to lead into sort of like the final part of this episode where everything is culminating together. What is that? This is better than anything I could have imagined. So how do you imagine? I think like we're set up in the cafeteria of
Yeah.
our hospital. This
All
very
of the tables have been stacked together to make a makeshift stage. So you have to like stand on
Stand
top
on
of
the
the
stage.
tables, yes, in order to perform.
It's incredibly
yeah.
unsafe.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
not compliant with OSHA or whatever your
slightest.
regional standards
There's like tape.
are.
It's like they're like duct
It's not
taped
AOGA
together.
compliant, like
Yeah, not at all. And that weird like totally British person from before like gingerly climbs up onto the tables and taps the microphone. Hello. Just one quick announcement. The giveaway that we mentioned earlier is actually ending really soon. So if you'd like a copy of this really cool medical textbook that we're giving away, put code HYPERPOP into the chat, and we will be drawing for a winner very, very soon. Thank you so much for your time. Golly yip cheerio, goodbye. And they leave. Yeah, so we've set the scene. I think it'd be funny if they brought some of the patient gurneys in to like be audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who of our patients would be there? Brett is definitely there.
Brett's
Yeah,
definitely
of
there.
course.
Brett's been patched up. We never mention it. Brett's fine
Yeah.
now.
Brett looks fine. Yeah.
Casey would definitely be there because this is part of her cure.
Hysteria's there.
Hafsa's also there, I think, but like trying like very hard to hide her face so that nobody recognizes her, but she doesn't want to miss this.
Are you in like disguise? Like, what's Hafsa's disguise?
Just a headscarf and sunglasses.
Okay, so you've added sunglasses to the look.
Yeah.
Nobody would possibly know that it's you. And
Why would
And-
anybody know?
I
Is
think
Emerald there?
I'm still in the X-ray room. I never got my water.
I just
got a knife and no water.
this could end very poorly for us. Let's see what happens. I just drew a card to see wait, what did I just draw a card for?
What if
How
we
our
all
end
drew
scene
cards and
Yeah.
then see who wins Battle of the Bands? Whoever has the highest card
Ooh.
wins.
Oh, I was drawing a card to see if Hafsa's disguise was working, and I got
Oh.
red. So I think, weirdly enough, this disguise is working. No one seems to know who you are. Even Bread is not acknowledging you. But yeah, actually, let's all do that. Let's all draw cards. So to make this simple, you are drawing a card for your relationships. So like I'm drawing for Aurora and my black metal band, etc., all the way around.
Okay.
Yeah, I see how it is.
Okay, cool.
Are aces low or high? Because I just got an ace.
Aces are high.
Aces are high, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, I got a 7.
I got a 6.
I got a 3.
That
Okay.
means I win, baby.
Okay, so it looks like then the new metal band comes in first place.
Mhm.
Second place was the black metal band, and then the
Third place was the
hyper pop,
Hyperpop project.
and then the smooth jazz, and then in last place is the polka.
Yeah.
Oh, the
You know what?
poor
This just
polka.
makes sense. This
Yeah.
makes sense.
That makes sense.
As the winner is announced, I will say Hysteria runs up on stage, breaks through whatever barriers they need to, runs up to Danish Forha, grabs you by the shoulders. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. It's you. It's always been you. Picks you up and kisses you.
I think it's a very quick kiss because Danish, as he's lowered, looks up at Hysteria. I'm sorry, but I've moved on. And they will turn around to their band partner, their winner, Dr. Rez Whitfield. And Danish will get down on one knee, whip out from inside of his lab coat pocket a ring.
Less than 24 hours.
Open it. Dr. Rez Whitfield, Ever since the day that I joined this hospital, you have always taught me everything that I needed to know. I am bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but you are wise, so famous and humble. And I know that in life, you can teach me so many things about not just skin, but even about the heart. Yeah, that's right. As a cardiologist, I still think that you, dermatologist that you are, could teach me about the heart. Will you, Frez, marry me?
Smash cut. How do I say I have commitment issues? Go back. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Oh my god! And Danish will put the ring on your finger and then jump up and kiss you.
Yes.
Incredible.
I imagine that happens like on stage while Dr. Whitfield is like right next to Dr. Brantley, and Dr. Brantley is like kind of like awkwardly walks away and finds Hafsa and is just like looking at her in her Vaseline covered face now. and it's like just like there's like romantic music playing and he's just like, I don't know.
I mean, doctor, this is so forward. But you did solve my problems when nobody else would. You know?
Yeah.
Something tells me that nobody sees you. But I see you.
You do see me. I have something to confess. You have a lot of Vaseline on your face right now.
I thought this was the petroleum serum for my acne.
It's just another word for Vaseline. I was trying to be important.
And I think Hafsa has like a cup of water in her hand and she splashes it into your face. I'm going to have your medical license revoked if it's the last thing I do.
Bum, bum, bum.
Smash cut to a confessional outside with Dr. Brantley. You know, that might have done more damage than I would have anticipated.
And there's like an awkward long pause of the shot of like Brantley just kind of like looking off.
Oh well.
And then the camera cuts back to the stage where that same totally British person comes back and says, hello, 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 we've got a winner for the giveaway. The person who has won is Ephemeral Forest, which is actually totally not the person this way on me on the overlay. What overlay? No, I didn't say that. I don't know what that is.
No.
Anyways, thank you so much for entering the giveaway for this Rudy Doody medical textbook. Thank you all so much and have a great night. This was a fantastic battle of the bands. And they just do like a yeah and they walk off. What other plot threads still need to be wrapped up here? There's so many characters.
I think we did it actually.
I think
we got everyone.
We should do like our little like what do we think is going to happen next week?
Yes. That's going to be the last thing. And actually,
right.
I have one more thing.
Okay.
So I think at there's two more short scenes. The first one is Rice going to the chief of surgery and with her phone in hand, and she says, excuse me, Chief. I have a question about adding someone to a group chat. And then it smash cuts back to this mother. Wait. I got this. My hair's even longer now. I think all throughout the Battle of the Bands, what's my name? Bread, was absolutely jamming out, and was super stoked about this whole thing. And I think like one of the last sort of shots is is him doing another like live as they're like, you know, everyone's milling around, and Bread's like running around like talking to all the different doctor bands, getting like interviews and whatever, and like that whole thing. And I think Bread gets everyone in for like a group picture. I think this is very thematic. And they hold up their phone and they're like, all right, on the count of 3, say heartbeats. And I think all the doctors do a little, are we holding peace signs? Or oh, we got a thumbs up. Yeah. Just posing. I think Rice is standing like with doing this pose, like looking really awkward. And I think the last scene or the last shot, if I may, Bree, as this whole thing fades out, is Emerald Miller still sitting in the X-ray room, holding the knife and grinning devilishly into the camera.
Mm-hmm.
As the show fades to black and our show logo appears on the screen, and it says heartbeats running out of prime time, and then the credits begin to roll, and then after the credits roll, we have next time on Heartbeats, and we can go around in that same order that we had. And what is happening next week on this show, Aurora?
Alrighty, you see a typical Grey's style hallway confessional shot of Danish Vorha and Rebecca Legato. And it's Rebecca looking at Danish. Danish, I've always been in love with you. Smash cut, same exact shot, but with Rez and Rebecca. Dr. Whitfield, I've always been in love with you.
And for you, Hamnah, what is happening next week?
I think this is in the on-call room. It's the same one where you have all of your smooth jazz stuff set up. And that still had, for some reason, even though Battle of the Bands is over, that has not been cleaned up at all. And it is it's Danish in there with Dr. Whitfield, and Danish is standing there and like throws like a lab coat, like a bundle up lab coat at Dr. Whitfield and says, "You promised me that we could have a wedding in Bermuda. How could you betray me like this?" And then we smash cut, and it is at the nurses' station where Dr. Brantley usually hangs out, and Danish is there and just like crying, I think, into the counter, just like, "I really thought he was the one. But he doesn't understand the importance of feet and hearts."
And you just see he what? Like at the mention of feet, like
Bree, what is happening next week for Dr. Rez Whitfield?
So,
And or Emerald Miller. You also can talk about your patients.
yeah. So I think it cuts to Rez in a dark room after that whole altercation kind of happened with Danish, and he's on his phone, and you see a text message to Jace. It's like, "Hey, I don't know how to say this, but I think I might be in love with you." And then it cuts to like a TV screen, and it says in like a news broadcast, basically, serial killer on the loose, still has not been found. The identifier, tiny feet.
Oh
And
my
it kind of just like fades away.
If I may add, also, there's also a brief promo clip of Hafsa on the next season of The Bachelorette as well.
Oh, good. Yes.
She's wearing a pimple patch all over, like pimple patches all over her face because she has broken out a lot.
Dillin, what's in store for your characters next week?
There's this cut scene to Dr. Jace Brantley speaking to like the lead detective on the serial killer case, looking completely stunned as she tells him that this case, this murder investigation, requires a foot expert.
Oh my god.
And he just looks in shock. There is a another then cut to Casey something, who has successfully been cured by the Battle of the Bands, and is doing a documentary about her own struggle with rhythm, and how she had it, how she lost it, and what she's gonna do to get it back. The Casey something story, and that is what my characters are up to.
I would like to add one more smash cut, and that is Hysteria Smith holding a Nerf gun to Dr. Jace Brantley. Where is Dr. Vorha?
I'll never tell you.
and then it cuts to a much more somber scene of Dr. Rice Legato sitting in their office, and across from them is several big suited lawyers, and you hear just the words, and yes, we do think it is best for you and this hospital, Dr. Rice Legato, if you think about retirement. And then the camera like pans over to Rice, who is just like sitting there at her desk, looking extremely worried. And then there's like a smash cut to their confessional, and she says, I knew this day would come, but I didn't think it'd be so soon. And then finally, smash cut to Bread on TikTok. Like the actual screen is like the TikTok interface, and Bread is saying, yo, so the last time I was in the hospital, my doctors told me I got a sick haircut. My doctors told me to do a better disclaimer, so if I wasn't like super duper clear before, all of the stunts and stuff that I do, you should not attempt at home unless you're me. And none of you are me. None of you will ever be me unless you practice really hard. And with practice, you can be me. But right now, you are not me. And then like it cuts to the very last shot in the intern's lounge. You see that same random totally British person standing there with a group of firefighters, and they are saying, "Oi, bruv, I didn't know that putting fish in the microwave made it go explodey like that. I didn't realize. And then it just cuts off, and then it fades out, and we see heartbeats. See you next week at Legato General Hospital. And that is our game, folks. Thank you so much for coming. I would like thank you for playing, for indulging in this chaos. Thank you so much for donating. These numbers are really small. We are
385.
385.
We're
We would
close.
love, yeah, we're so close to the next goal of $500. So, if you are watching this, if you enjoyed our game, go ahead and hit the exclamation point donate in the chat to give us your money for charity. We would really like you to give us your money for charity. Or if you want to wait and like get something for your money for charity, you can wait for the next game, which is a game that I don't know off the top of my head, but somebody's gonna play a game after me, and it's gonna be really cool. And there's
Hell yeah.
probably some really cool people on the next game. I didn't prepare this. But this is a 24-hour charity stream, so we will be streaming games on this channel right here all night and through till the morning. So no matter what time zone you are in, there will be a game for you. I just want to shout out Ashley at Ashley Craft for creating our stream assets. Thank you so much, Nico and Josh for organizing. That's Touch of Goblin and Joshua M. Simmons, and the entire Friends Who Roll Dice team for hosting. Thank you for taking this absolutely chaotic idea that I pitched and giving it life. This was my first stream as a facilitator, and I had so much fun. Our producers, Mayor, Josh, DC, who is our producer for this show, Jordan, and Eva, and that is Archmage of Dice, Josh, who doesn't have a thing listed, DC Lasser, D&D Jordan Lee, and the Eva Sarate. I'm so sorry, I butchered all of that. And also just for all of the wonderful players and all the other GMs for all the other games, thank you so much for donating your time to this wonderful event. Now, I would love to throw it over to my lovely players. Please tell us who you are, tell us where to find you, and if people enjoy this chaos, yeah, tell us where we can find you. I'd like to throw it over to this way, Aurora.
Hi, I'm Aurora, or at Ephemeral Giant on everything, on Instagram, on Twitter for now, on Tumblr. I actually have that handle reserved. I just don't use it. It might start. You can find me also on the Initiative Order every other Thursday here on Twitch, playing as Phoebe Irenyes, the Rift of the one and only Dread Persephone. You can find me over on the Nameless domain doing things from time to time, including a big, fun Pokemon tournament in November that I'm going to let Hamnah talk more about because Hamnah has a whole spiel for it, but I am one of the hosts for it. And also, you can find me at my itch, also at Ephemeral Giant, where tomorrow I will be releasing a game, a Goonies mock-up game called Guys and Gold. If you ever wanted to find yourself in your typical kids on bikes style boys hunt for treasure adventure, come check out my game. And I'm going to throw it to Hamnah.
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Hamnah. I use any and all pronouns, and I am a TTRPG performer. You can find me on Twitter, I guess for now. Oh God, at @shahid_, where I talk about all of the different projects that I'm a part of. If you want just a full weekend of me, because you can't get enough of me, I will be on Stella Luna's channel tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time with Jay, actually, playing all the Witches one-shot, where we play witchy pirates. It's going to be super fun. We're all thembos, and we're all in a polycule. It's going to be so queer, so fun. Also, as Aurora mentioned, I am one of the co-organizers of a Pokemon Showdown tournament showcasing showcasing a bunch of people of color within the tabletop space, and that is going to be over on the Nameless Domains channel on November 19th and November 26th. Go check that out. It's going to be so fun. Aurora's commentating for us. I'm going insane. I'm really excited for that project. So please, please, please go check that out. That would mean the world to me. And I will pass it down to Breeedo.
Hi, my name is Breeedo, and my pronouns are she, they, and you can find me all over the internet at Breeedo_ with 3 E's. I'm usually over on Twitch playing some kind of horror game, or like just chatting, or just talking about the zombie apocalypse in general. That's kind of been like my fix lately. But yeah, you can find me over there. You can also find me on Exquisite Corpse starting, I believe, next week. We're going to be starting a campaign called Camp Oakburn, and we play camp counselors, and we are playing Monster Hearts for the system. So I'm really excited. So yeah, you can catch me over there as well. Aside from that, I'm not really doing anything. Like, I'm just chilling. So yeah, I will pass it to Dillin.
Hello, I'm Dillin, or Super Dillin, everywhere on the internet. Literally every place you would look to find me, it's Super Dillin. I write games. I'm also an actual play performer. You can find me on the Atomless, where I play Aig, the little rat girl who talks to electricity. You should be listening to it. If you like to watch actual plays, you can do that. And if you like to listen to a polished podcast, you can do it that way too. We have both, and that's really where you can find me. And I will pass it to
Me.
Jay. Yes. Okay.
Yeehaw! Yes, it's been the same order the whole time.
I know.
Wow.
And yet.
It's fine. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much. My name is Jay, or Nala. I use they, them, and I have been the facilitator for this game, which again is called Heartbeats by Keith Baker and Jen Ellis, which is a part of this really cool book, which is not actually a medical textbook. It is the ultimate micro RPG book, 40 fast, easy, and fun tabletop games, edited by James D'Amato, who also did the ultimate RPG character backstory guide, which is very useful if anyone, especially if you have issues crafting character backstories. Highly recommend those books. They're really cool. But yes, this game is in this book with 39 other really cool games from all different kinds of genres. You want more comedy? They got you. You want serious games? You want horror? You want sci-fi? You want fantasy? They got it all. So check out this book if you want, and support all of these really cool people that wrote games for it. As for me, you can follow my Twitter at NalaWoo and at Nala Draws if you'd like to see my art. I am a full-time professional freelance illustrator and art director working in the TTRPG space. Besides art, I'm also a voice actor, sensitivity reader, and cultural consultant, TTRPG content creator, and actual play stream performer. I am ecstatic to say, once again, this was my very first time facilitating a game on stream. I am so excited, and there will be more coming from me. This is not the last you'll see of me. If you want to see more of me, wow, look at that segue, Jay. Good job. If you want to see more of me, tomorrow, just like Hamnah said, I will be in the All the Witches one shot at 8 p.m. on Stella Luna's channel. I couldn't say it better than Hamnah did. We're playing useless gay pirates who are being wrangled by our like actually competent captain, but like all of us are in a polycule, and it's gonna be really gay. So follow Stella for the updates on that gay shenanigans. Also on Monday, also on Exquisite Corpse Presents, I am on Divine Intervention, where I play I don't know how to describe them other than they're an immortal mob boss named Erasabeth Mauve. They are the embodiment of wrath, and they are very much unlike unlike this character. They're both my characters I played today, but I had a lot of fun, and I'm so excited for that game on Monday. And then on Tuesday, wow, it's like every day I got something. On Tuesday is the premiere of Itaewon by Night, which is an all-Asian Vampire the Masquerade game on Going Critical TTRPG. And Itaewon by Night is set in South Korea. and I'm very, very, very excited for that game. I am playing a Ventru who is the sire of Hamnah's character, actually. Who it's gonna be interesting. You should totally come watch the show. It's gonna be a bloody brilliant time.
Unhinged is the word you're looking for.
Yes, unhinged. Yeah, it's gonna be unhinged. Well, in the case of Cerise, Anna's character, unhinged. Viridian is as composed as she can be.
Very hinged.
Yes, very hinged to the unhinged. But yes, that is just a sprinkling of the things that I've got going on. So the best place to keep in touch with me is the Twitter at NalaWoo, and literally any other social media like Dillin, any other social media I have, it's going to be Nala Draws. That's what itch. That's Instagram, like all these other places. If I disappear off Twitter, don't worry. I will be putting a thing letting people know where I am. But yes, thank you all so much for coming. Like, really seriously, this game was like haha silly funny, but like really it means a lot to me that we are raising money for this incredible charity, and I hope we made you laugh. And if we did, that's cool, and I did my job. Wonderful DC. Is there anything else I need to say before we sign off this lovely game? All good. All right.
All right.
So yes, thank you all so much for tuning in, and tune back. I should have used this time to look up what's next, but tune back later, ambiguously later, to Friends Who Roll Dice for the next game, and let's try and hit that $500 goal. That would be so dope. Totally tubular, dude. All right. Good night.